You've got
Good morning, online students. Hope you're all staying safe. And that's what you're trying by staying home, I think. All right. Now, can we go to the page first? That's PT and IELTS. All right. Here. Yeah. So, an update about Perth and Williams Learning branches for in July. That's the day we updated. In case you aren't aware, at present classes are running in full swing in our Footscray, Springvale, and Auburn, which is in Sydney branches. Our Perth and Williams Learning branches will resume operation from 20th July 2020, inshallah. And the next post that we have here, yeah, so I'll just repeat it, guys. Our Footscray branch, Springvale branch in Melbourne, and Auburn branch in Sydney. They are fully functional at the moment, so you can drop in and attend your classes. But before you drop in, make sure you check the timetable. Okay, and we are opening our Perth and Williams Learning branches from 20th July, which is the coming Monday. Right, and then the next post. Yeah. Do you always find yourself veering off your target? Well, you're not the only one. Every successful person does. However, there is a big difference between them and us. When we get distracted or lose focus, instead of forcing ourselves to come back, we rather enjoy oblivious. On the contrary, successful people understand how the human brain works. They know it's pretty normal to keep getting distracted and enjoy remaining unmindful. But what they do is they employ some unique methods to help them return every time they lose focus. So don't feel bad or guilty when it happens to you too. Instead, return to mindfulness every time you find yourself unmindful. You can use sticky notes, wallpapers, hourly reminders, or anything that can help you regain focus or consciousness. Read my posts every day, they can work as an excellent reminder too. In short, every successful person gets distracted and loses their consciousness, but unlike us, they don't stay there for long. They use a wide range of means to bring their attention back to their priorities. The sooner we understand this fact, the better we can fight against this everyday issue of unconsciousness. Do you remember what I shared about this famous quote by Carl Jung in the class? Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. That's it. So I hope you understand those words. Okay. So which center was that? Southgate. Okay, some temporary center, and they're not taking exam. They've cancelled it. So online people, if you have exam in Southgate, it happened yesterday as well. The exam was cancelled there, and today as well. We have students who went there to the center and then they didn't take the exam. She said she got email quite late in the evening. हाँ जाके देख के आए क्योंकि पहले उन्होंने और मेल भेजी थी लास्ट टाइम जो मेरा कैंसिल हुआ था तो ये मुझे फेक सी लगी ओके चाइनीज लिखा हुआ था कुछ तो मुझे मेरी फ्रेंड से बात हुई थी सोम्या से तो कहती वो जो जिन्होंने एग्जाम दे दिया उन्हें भी भेज देते हैं सब तो गो एंड चेक कांटेक्ट हो नहीं पाया इसलिए काफी स्टूडेंट आए थे वहां पे सोम्या को तुम आपने फॉरवर्ड किया देखा किस टाइम की बात की है हाँ जी सर हाँ जी सर मुझे पहले भी आया था सोम्या पे काम काम नहीं लगे सोम्या पे काम बोल वेबसाइट का एड्रेस है वो सेम आया ना तुम्हें ढूंढ ढूंढ के उन्होंने उसी टाइम तुम्हारे एग्जाम में ढूंढ के तो हैकर ने स्पैम कहते बाय डिफॉल्ट भी भेज देते हैं हे भगवान, बाय डिफॉल्ट लोगों का पेपर कैंसिल कर देते हैं। पक्का बोलिए सर। सर कैसे गुस्से होंगे, कैंसिल तो उन्होंने किया। हाँ। So everyone just be careful. They are canceling a lot of exams. So she got the email, but she thought it is not the real one. Oh. Hmm. But that it's not in their hands. No? The situation is changing rapidly. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Then she went there just to check. हाँ हाँ। तो इसको इसलिए विश्वास नहीं हुआ कि वो ज्यादा अच्छी मेल थी। चल हो गया अब। मैं तो वही कह रही हूँ, हो गया, बस कर, खत्म हो गया। सेटअप। सर मैं 7 से 3 बजे तक बिना कुछ खाए पिए लगातार रात को मॉर्निंग 7 से दिन के 3 बजे तक। हाँ। तो मैं पढ़ती मैं शुक्र है, मैंने कहा रात को तो नहीं, 7 से 3। हाँ, keep it up. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. वो आते थे। क्वेश्चन सेट ऑफ Sorry, students, there was something that I needed to attend. All right, so let's start with the class now and prepare again. You have sufficient time. Most of you are home, so prepare your PT. Utilize this time. That is more important. All right, so we discussed summarized spoken text yesterday and the day before. So let's discuss summarized written text today. Summarized written text. Okay. Uh, so in your writing module in PT, the second one is writing. The first one is speaking, writing, and reading and listening. Okay, so second module is writing, and your writing has two questions. One is summary, or to be exact, it is called summarized written text. That's what it is called in the exam. We sometimes call it SWT, reading summary, or just summary. Some people call it writing summary as well. I don't know. Some students do call it. But summary under the writing section. Then the second question we have here is we are focusing on this one. So summarize written text, you can get two or three of them in the exam. Two or three of them in the exam. You will get 10 minutes for each of them. Ranveer, right? Wait, दो चार दिन लगेंगे, but you'll get everything. Okay, so don't panic. We are free हो रहे. ठीक है, दो चार दिन लाए. 10 minutes each, and then the word limit is 5 to 75. And then there is an important instruction for this question that you can write your response in only one sentence, which means you can have just one full stop. So these are the instructions for this question. For writing section, the combination could be like this. You can get two summaries and you can get one essay, or you can get two summaries and two essay, or you can get three summaries and one essay. So this is the combination that you will get in the exam. So maximum is 3 and maximum is 2. So now for the moment we are focusing on summary only. Now what happens there in the summary? Yeah. Hi Sajid, for the class? Yeah, have a seat. So what happens is you are given a text, a written text. You are given a text, could be 2 3 paragraphs. Okay, then you are supposed to summarize it, and you will be writing your response, and there will be a response box given. Here is your question text given, and you will be asked to write your response in the box. Okay, Sajid, you have been taking classes with us for a while. This is your first day. Sa Sajid, spell it for me. That's what I was saying. Maybe forget about it. Okay, so you already were a student with us. Okay, that it matters. Okay, so we are talking about this question called summarized written text. It's part of the writing module. We call it summary, reading summary usually, because you are asked to read this text and summarize it. Okay, 2 to 3 of these tasks, one at a time on your screen. And my coughing has nothing to do with corona. I'm tested negative. Okay, it just because we use throat a lot, speak a lot, so get it done. Uh, 2 to 3 of them, one at a time on your screen, and for each of them you will get 10 minutes. For each of them you will get 10 minutes, and the word limit is 5 to 75 words. And the most important instruction for this question is that your response can only be in one sentence. You can't write more than one sentence. If it's more than one sentence, your answer will not be assessed because you are not following the instruction, or maybe they'll just look at one sentence and they'll ignore the other sentences. So but we will not make that mistake. So what we have done is we have made a structure, uh, we have designed a structure which allows us to write a lot of things in just one sentence. Write a lot of information from the text in just one sentence. Now let's look at that structure first. Now, what we do is, I'll write the structure and then I'll discuss it. Dash plays a key role in recent studies have not only revealed that, but also that, then another line, and then a full stop. So this will be your structure for summarize. I'll explain it, Ranvi. Don't be scared, okay? So we are starting from here and we are putting one full stop here. So we are fulfilling this condition only one sentence. Now the thing is we need to learn how to use it or how to take the information. All these black written parts are what is fixed. You will use it. In these blanks, you will add the information from the text that is in front of you. The passage, the paragraph that is given to you, you will be writing information from there. Now look at this. So first is dash plays a key role in something. We usually call it something plays a key role in doing something. So in short, let's not talk about further this much part only. This contributes to this. Hard work plays a key role in achieving our goals. Okay. Exercise plays a key role in maintaining fitness. Okay. Lockdown plays a key role in keeping us safe. Anything. Blue marker plays a key role in highlighting main points. Anything. So this is the result that we can achieve. Okay. So that is the relationship between this part and this part. Usually when you look at your text, in the first few sentences, you will see something. There will be because they will be writing about a particular topic. And that topic will be leading to something. Because of this is happening. Okay. So dash plays a key role in doing it. So you'll pick that information from those first few sentences and then you'll put in here. Grammar part, guys. It could be noun phrase or verb plus ing, noun phrase or verb plus ing, or verb plus ing. So I can write here reading books, which is starting with ing, reading books, eating unhealthy food, um, sleeping on time. All these activities, they are starting with verb plus ing. So this part can be either reading books play a key role. Reading books plays a key role in helping us learn new words, or it can be just a noun phrase, books, or informative books. Informative books. There is no verb or ing. So both of them can fit here from grammar perspective. From grammar perspective, you can either have a noun phrase or you can have a verb plus ing. Done. In here, the same. You can have a noun phrase or verb plus ing, but verb plus ing is usually very convenient to write. Any verb, you change it to ing form, and that will take care of the grammar part. Because with noun phrase, sometimes people are not very sure that this is a noun phrase. Okay. So verb plus ing will take care of your grammar part. So something plays a key role in doing something. Uh, Following a fixed schedule, ing. Following a fixed schedule plays a key role in finishing all our tasks on time. Finishing all our tasks on time. Okay. Or a fixed schedule. A fixed schedule plays a key role in achieving our targets or keeping up with the time. Now this is the first part, but that's not all. You'll have a lot of information in your text. Now what are we doing here? We are using and a conjunction to add the next part. In the next part, we have done a trick here. we have used not only but also sentence. Not only but also sentence. Not only but also allows us to write two sentences so that we can cover more. That's what we are trying to do here. So overall idea is here, and then further information. And recent studies have not only revealed that, look at this word, that allows us to write a complete sentence, a complete clause. Now, because you're in PT, your checking writing is checked by the computer itself. So computer doesn't look for the meanings as such. It only looks for more or less grammar part. The sentence is correct, the grammar is set, vocabulary is good, you're okay. Okay. So meaning wise, it won't be able to make connection whether this is making connection with this or this is making connection with this. So don't worry about those things that much for this particular question. Worry about getting it right, grammatically correct. So grammatically correct means everything that we are saying, you just have to follow it. You just have to follow it. Now, so once you have that here, it allows us to write a complete sentence. Now, what we suggest is you take that sentence as it is from the passage. As it is from the passage. Now, when you are taking the sentence as it is from the passage, what is happening here? You don't have to worry about grammar, vocabulary, content, or anything else. Because in your text, in your question, obviously everything is correct. So you will simply copy and paste. Copy and paste. You can't actually copy and paste, you'll have to type them in, but we call it copy paste. So one sentence will come here and second sentence will come here. If you think you can make a small change here and there, you should, but before that you have to know that you can do it. If you think I'm not sure, then our advice is don't do it. If you are not sure, then don't do it, because you might ruin the sentences. आप sentences को खराब कर सकते हो. ठीक है? रणवीर, की हो रहा है? There's a big question mark. It's okay. You're doing it for the first time. You're doing it for the. Yeah, please. Yeah. Hmm. Mhm. Hmm. 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 I'll tell you what will happen here. So reading, I might be reading a few books, or I'm like reading only one book. So it's okay. It's okay. I can have both of them. Then I'll have to do this. Reading a book or reading an informative book, reading a specific book, reading the book written by XYZ. So it will depend upon the context, on the situation. If the situation is a number of books, books. If it is about one book, a book. If it is about a specific book, reading the book written by XYZ. Means you have to specify which particular book. Okay. So this will be, that's why this will be based on what information you have in your text. So in the text, it will be obviously clear. You won't have to think whether it is one or many. In the text, information will already be given. You don't have to do anything. Okay. So you just have to pick that information. But if you are writing a singular noun, you will have to write a book. Now, one more thing. This part, please. If your noun is singular, it goes as. If your noun is plural, it will be played. If it is in the past, played. When your first word is ing, reading, doesn't matter how many books, it will considered as singular. Does that answer your question? Yeah. So when your first word is ing, whenever you start, your noun is starting, your subject is starting with ing, it is considered as a singular noun. You treat it as a singular noun. Okay? So doesn't matter how many we have written here. That won't decide your plays or play. This will decide. And this is singular. So reading plays. In normal life, we'll say, if I'm not using the word books, I'll say reading plays a key role. But reading books also plays because of the word. Clear? So if you're using verb plus ing, then you can be sure that this will always be plays, unless it is in the past. Okay? And then noun phrase, if you're using a particular noun, let's say ideas, okay, interesting idea. Um, some researchers have used some XYZ model or models, okay? So then you will have to change it accordingly. All right? But if you're using with ing, singular. All right? And now let's come back to this part again. Hmm. That's okay. Because we have used have revealed, we have used present perfect. Present perfect means with research and with study. That's why we have done that trick there. With research and with studies, we usually use present perfect because we believe that is a never ending process. Okay, it keeps going on and on. And this part you will keep the way it is in the text. He said that people used to stay healthy. He said that people will be staying healthy. That whatever he said, we have to just use it as it is. Yeah, copy paste. Clear? All right. And this is fixed. You are not going to change it. So the summary would be, let's say, okay, lockdown plays a key role in keeping people safe, and recent studies have not only revealed that um, restrictions are restrictions are actually not being, I was saying positive, but then I realized it's not being effective. Anything. That infections are still on rise, but also that COVID could be airborne. There is a new research coming up now, it could be airborne. So just two supporting points, and you take it from the text as it is. So I can write, after that I can write complete sentences. That's the freedom I get with this word, that the whole clause. So I don't have to worry about which part. The whole sentence can be written. Hanji, one more thing. Now you have decided, so you are reading the text and you have decided, okay, this is what the topic is, and you are reading which two sentences to pick. Now, which two sentences to pick? Which two sentences to pick? I'll just come and let you know. Let me grab the printouts so that you will have a better picture in front of you. Okay? All right, so now let's go to the passage. So question number 7, first one, I want all of you to read it. Yeah, question number 7, summarize written text, the one we are discussing. Anyone else? Have you tried? Gita? No? Yeah. That. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so that's her summary. That's their. So everybody will have their own perspective of writing it. So all of it is correct because it's from the same text. So all of them are correct in their own way as far as grammar is correct. That's the key here. Okay. Ranveer, you got some idea? Any idea? No. Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. 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 It's okay. It's good. So what is the first part? Played a key role. DNA barcoding. Yeah, there are a number of ways you can write this. These girls have tried it in a little different way. So the main idea is DNA barcoding, and so let me wipe this part off. Okay, what I have thought, but I'm telling you, as far as grammar is correct, all of the responses are correct. So what I have thought of is DNA barcoding. DNA barcoding invented by which one? By Paul Herbert. And they said was invented. Okay. I can still write plays because it might be used even today, but because going by the sentence, played a key role in generating generating a unique identification tag. Seems okay? It's from the text only. Yeah, and you know that because of DNA barcoding, they could do it. Okay, comma, and recent studies, fixed part, and recent studies have not only revealed that. And after that, I have to write two sentences. Now, the sentences that I'll be using, I have to be वैसे तो you can use any, but we try to avoid examples because summary is not supposed to have examples. And we also be careful if the sentence is starting with the pronoun. If the sentence is starting with the pronoun and that has not been defined earlier, I can't use it. I can't say a sentence with he is when I have not mentioned any he in the text before. Okay, so just be careful with these things and you'd be fine. Okay, just make sure everything is defined, everything is there, whatever you are writing. Okay, I'm using this sentence called Dr. It's Herbert actually. There's a spelling error. Proposed a pan of gene called dash as suitable for the task. Okay, that Dr. Herbert or he. You can't have this if you haven't mentioned this. in academic writing, you cannot write the first name or the last name of a person if you have not mentioned the full name of that person. That's why I had to write that. Okay, or you can completely skip this part. All right. Dr. Herbert proposed a pan of a gene called cytochrome I hope it's this only. C oxidase as suitable. I don't need the things in bracket because it's my summary, okay? Suitable to the task. One part, one sentence as it is, okay? But also that, and I'm using this one. It was expected to be a boon to taxonomists. It was. It was means the DNA barcode. To be a boon to taxonomists trying to name the world's millions of species. And one important tip, you do not write these sentences before counting it. Because once you have written it, because you have 10 minutes, after reading it and writing, I might have reached 8 to 9 minutes already. And then I realized, oh, it's not 75, it's more than 75. And I can't just leave it there. No? I have to complete it. I have to nicely finish it. So that then it'll be a problem to change it. So before you start writing, make sure it's within the limit. Just have an idea. Okay. So DNA barcoding, I'll just underline the parts that we have written. So DNA barcoding invented by Paul Hubbard played a key role in what? In generating a unique ID. And recent studies have not only revealed that, this blue part we have written till this point, and then but also that is fixed, and then this is all is written by us. Now, if you can, then you can make two changes here. Two changes to whatever we have written. See, we can make change. Or I can write the invention. Okay, that's what I had thought actually. But I just wanted to give you an idea first. Okay. The proposed pan of gene called suggested. Proposed can be suggested. Okay. But also that suitable to the task or suitable to the job. Okay. It was expected to be a boon to. Huh? Known as, was expected to be a boon to taxonomists trying to. It was expected. Actually, it's nicely written. What I'll do is I'll write the word the invention here, or suggested and known as and the job. Okay, for the job. So, but you will make the change only if you are 100% sure. Otherwise, don't make the change. Okay. So we have one more which you will do by yourself. Okay, and quickly copy it so that we can move to the next question. It's easy to do, guys. It's very easy to do because everything is in the text. You just have to use the structure and not make a silly mistake. Written, everyone? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Not the next question, actually, the question before it, question number six. Okay, so it's summarize spoken text. So this is another summary that we have in the PT exam. So this particular one is under the writing module. Under the writing module, you read and you summarize. So the marks are going to reading and writing because you are reading and writing. These are the two activities you are doing in this task. And marks goes to reading section as well as writing section. Now there is another summary in the PT exam which will summarize spoken text. So when the text is spoken, you are listening and you are summarizing by writing. So the marks are going to listening and writing. And that summary falls under the listening module. It is the first question in your listening module. Summarize spoken text. You will listen and you will summarize. And that's why we get marks in both listening as well as writing. Criteria is still the same. Your writing has to be correct, grammatically correct to get the marks. But now you don't have anything in front of you as content. So you will listen carefully and you will take notes. You will listen carefully, you will take notes. The minimum you need is what the audio is about and any two supporting points. Any 2 points about that. That's minimum you need. If you understand more, that's good on you. Okay, then we inculcate all that into it. Okay, so now I'll play an audio, you will listen, you will take notes. Okay, I'll give you some time so that if you can. The word limit is 50 to 70 for this question, summarize spoken text, and it has a structure which I'll explain when I'll be writing the response on the board. Okay, and there is no condition on sentences. In writing summary, we had a condition. We can write only one sentence. In summarize spoken text, there is no condition on sentences, but we write it in three sentences. The structure that we use has three sentences. You get two or three of them, 10 minutes each. Two or three of them, 10 minutes each. Word limit is 50 to 70. People confuse it a lot because the number is almost similar. That is 5 to 75, and this is 50 to 70. Just keep that in mind, okay? So let me play the audio and take notes. Let's see where we go. And those who are new, for you guys, you can always play these links, bit.ly. You can type it in any browser and play them. You will be able to listen to the audio. It's there. Question number 6, if you look. Yeah? So you can just use it anytime for practice. Right, let's see. Let me check the volume and then we'll proceed.
Happy New Year.
Volume is good? Okay, everyone, take notes. You don't need to write everything, you need to understand. In this question, understanding is important because how will you form those sentences if you don't get the meaning? Okay?
Happy New Year, and welcome to the Year of Light, bulbs. Why, you ask? Well, it's not just because LEDs lit up the iconic New Year's ball drop here in New York City again. No, it's because this is the year that lighting will finally become more efficient. The old incandescent light bulb turns 90% of the electricity it uses into heat rather than light. And in 2012, it will be phased out in the US, or at least radically upgraded. Light bulbs will be required to meet new energy efficiency standards, so the old 100-watt light bulb will have to produce the same light using just 72 watts. Lighting is the original killer app of modern energy, and one that the world continues to embrace. By adopting lighting technologies that use less energy, the nations of the world will cut down on the fossil fuels, often coal, burned to produce that light. So whether it's new, long-lasting but expensive light-emitting diodes, the swirls of a compact fluorescent, or just more efficient incandescents, 2012 will be the year that lighting's environmental impact gets lighter.
Let me wipe off the board and give you a model answer, and then I'll discuss the structure with you guys. So summarize spoken text. As I told you, the word limit is 50 to 70. So you must write 50 words. The minimum is 50. And that's what your main concern is, going past the minimum mark, because maximum shouldn't be a problem. Anything between 50 to 70 would be good. Okay. It'll be equally good if it's grammatically correct. Now, we use three sentences to write this structure. Okay, let me write a model answer first and then I'll discuss the structure along with it. Okay, the first sentence that we use is the talk outlines. That's what the main idea of the audio, the talk outlines. Okay, that's the first, that's the fixed three words. The talk outlines what? The talk outlines the significance of electricity. The talk outlines the impact of on the environment. The talk outlines how lighting can be made more effective or efficient. The talk outlines, I can write it in a number of ways. The talk outlines dash. Okay, so the talk outlines how lighting can be made environmentally friendly. All right, that's the first sentence. The second sentence that we have is explanation. That is explanation. We started with the speaker has, and we are using similar structure to the other summary. Has not only, has not only intimated that. After that, you write a sentence from whatever you have understood from the audio, and if you can possibly, if it is possible for you, then you can add plays a key role as well into it, if you can. Otherwise it's okay, that dash plays a key role, or otherwise simply write a sentence, just a sentence. Okay, they use this word standards. Was it this one? Play a key role. So how they are trying to do it? First, they have changed the standards, the efficiency standards. That's what they said in the audio, and that's what I have understood. You might have understood something else, but it is from the same audio. So you are also right. I'm also right in that matter. Okay. Play a key role in reducing reliance. Reliance means dependent, being dependent. Okay. Reliance on fossil fuels, but also that, now the second part, the second sentence, new innovative light bulbs use less energy to produce more light. So these are the two methods they have used. One, they have tried to cut out the usage of fossil fuels, and second, they have used new techniques, and nowadays light bulbs use less and produce more. Okay, and then conclusion, needless to say, third sentence, needless to say, all these aspects stand in good stead when it comes to overall. So what is the overall benefit? You can say when it comes to minimizing the impact of lighting, when it comes to taking care of our planet, uh, whatever is overall is they are trying to make the environment cleaner. Okay, when it comes to reducing carbon footprints. Do you know this word? All these fuels that we use, they leave carbon into the air, and carbon footprints, every single activity that we do leave some kind of carbon footprints into the air. So the purpose is to reduce that, so that environment can be safe. If you don't know this, use anything minimizing, uh, when it comes to keep making our environment cleaner, keep make anything easy, but the trick is, now write it first and then I'll explain the structure. So the first sentence we write is the talk outlines. That's the overall. Overall, the talk outlines. What I have given you a few ways in which you can write it. The talk outlines the whenever it's positive, we use the word the significance of something. Negative, we say the impact of something. Or you can say the process. The talk outlines how to prepare a cake, how to bake a cake. The process. The talk outlines why one should exercise, why one should exercise, q if the reasons are given. So you can use all of these types of sentences to write this first sentence. The second sentence, the speaker has not only revealed that one but also that two. So you will write 2 points, two uh, points related to this idea, main idea that you have written. Now in this, in the first part, if it's your choice, if you know how to use plays a key role, which is actually easy, the only reason is you don't practice it enough. In this not only part, you can write your sentence in this form again, because you know this structure already. Okay, plays a key role. Now what are we doing here is we are trying to show off a range of sentence structures to the computer so that it gives us more marks. So if you can use this play a key role, it's good for your writing scores. Okay, and we were also suggesting if you use thanks to, but people were struggling. But the whole idea is to enhance your writing scores. Thanks to, yeah, innovative lighting techniques. Yeah, whatever, right? So it's possible, it is possible. But what is happening is, because students don't want to practice it enough, they're like, oh ये difficult है. Difficult क्यों है? Because you have to think on those lines. If you do it now and then, you start thinking, इससे पहले हम ये करते थे talk outlines, नहीं करते. Have we done not only but also in our normal life? Now we know, and now we think in not only but also, because we have practiced it enough. So just because you think I can get away without it, you think okay, चलो रहने देते हैं. Hmm. 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 Now, the thanks to structure that you are talking about works like this. Thanks to something, somebody. These two will be connected to each other. On which basis? This is usually the beneficiary, victim, or the user. So if it is bad, it will be victim. Thanks to smoking, victim. People suffer from respiratory problem. Thanks to innovative techniques, who is getting the benefit? Environment will be cleaner. Or you can say user, researchers can make the environment cleaner. So you can have a number of subjects here, but you have to make sure they are connected. If you are writing positive, it will be beneficiary. If you are writing negative, it will be victim. And thanks to is used in both positive and negative sentences. Thanks to simply means because of. Okay. And if you're getting confused, it's okay. We do this every day. Ranveer, stress नहीं लेना. ठीक है? So the speaker has not only revealed that, and this sentence can be written in something plays a key role in doing something. The way we were doing in reading summary. Anything. After that, you are free. You will write whatever sense is there. You will use the tense accordingly. But also that another sentence. Now another sentence. Some of the students already know that we used to do it in thanks to, but then people said we can't do it, so we said okay, don't do it. Okay, but it will enhance your writing scores. Okay, but you use it only if you know how to use it. I don't want you to use it and ruin it. Rather than keep it simple and correct. Correct is more important. Okay. Then the last sentence is needless to say. We have two versions of needless to say, one for positive and one for negative. For positive, we have needless to say, all these aspects stand in good stead when it comes to this. Comma is optional. Sometimes you see them, sometimes don't see them. It's okay. That's not a mandatory comma. It's sometimes because of the length of the sentence we put it. Okay. But the main thing about this is after this word, when it comes to, it's not to, it is when it comes to. After that, either you will write verb plus ing or you will write a noun phrase. And if you ask me, verb plus ing is easier to write any day. Verb plus ing. You can never write comes to reduce, because we have learned this. After to, it's the first form. After to, it is the first form. After when it comes to, it is not the first form. This is not to, this is when it comes to, the whole portion phrase. So when it comes to doing something, positive, negative, needless to say, all these demerits, because you will be listing negatives here. Okay, so all these demerits have a far-reaching impact. That's it. If you want to write something, you can also write this on whom, who will be impacted. If let's say they are saying all the bad things about the lighting and fossil fuels, you can say, needless to say, all these demerits have a far-reaching impact on the environment. On the environment, people eating unhealthy food. Okay, so needless to say, all these demerits have a far-reaching impact on people's health. So what is being impacted? What is being impacted? That's what you write here. For the negative one and positive one is you add this ing thing. Doing something. When it comes to doing something. So these are the three sentences that we use to write our summarized spoken text. Okay. You get 10 minutes per summary, which includes the audio. Typing speed, yes. Not, you don't need a speed, a reasonable speed. I think everybody, now we are good at it. All of us are using smartphones, so that is more than enough. Trust me. That you'll listen. I had something in my mind. Yeah. The total time is 10 minutes. The total time is 10 minutes, but the problem is there is audio as well. So in reading, you have text to read. In this, you have audio. So audio could be 60 to 90 seconds long. Audio could be 60 to 90 seconds long. So that leaves you with 8.5 to 9 minutes to write. Hmm. Okay. The score, 70 plus, I would say. You have not given PT before? That's okay. It should be fine. Just keep attending classes regularly. PT is comparatively easier than IELTS because it's the first day. Okay, anything new is hard on the first day, so you keep coming to the classes. Thick. That's okay. That's okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. This has been one of our USP, giving flexibility to students. So you can come to any session. Just come in. Yeah, to any of the branches. If on a given day you are on that side, Springville, Dandenong side, and you're finishing work there, we have a branch there. You go and attend a class there. Yeah. So we give that flexibility to our students with time and location. So any session in any branch. Yeah. And if you can't come to the class at all, although we don't advise or recommend that you don't come to the classes, but if it happens someday, you'll be part of that online group. You can watch it. Yeah, only minute. All right. That's how it is. On Saturdays, sometimes sir takes the class. He'll post on the Facebook page if he takes it. So if you are free, you can come in. But you have to make sure you stay updated with our Facebook page. You get the notifications for that. Okay. So if you get them, you will be fine. If you are free, you can come in. Yeah? And no registration, nothing. Just drop in. Okay.
اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن. All right. Sorry guys, now let's resume the class. So Mandeep ji, आपने कहाँ तक किया? What did you do? Now let's do question number. Mandeep ji, प्रिंट आउट का लग रहा है कि पेज के वो सही नहीं हो रहा है, प्रिंटर के नीचे उसको थोड़ा सा पुश करना पड़ेगा ना ना राइट में बॉर्डर में पुश करना पड़ेगा so that you know प्रिंटिंग देखो एज सही नहीं हो रहा है. पेपर उठने के बाद ना पेपर ऐसे पेपर जो है पेपर सेट नहीं हुआ राइट में जो एक वो है एक स्लाइड है तो टाइट करके देना है ताकि ऐसे फिक्स हो जाए. अब देखना ऐसे कुछ मिलेगा आपको. So question number 5. Yeah, retail lecture. किया मनदीप जी नहीं ना? Now let's do retail lecture quickly. Okay. Okay. Now you're going to learn something new today if you haven't done this with me before. So you have to try to follow this way. And I found it a little easier. You know, I'm just trying to come up with some easy methods to help you with this question. Because people have been complaining, so it is hard to write sentences, this and that. So, 2VW. Okay, done. Okay, everyone, I'm playing the audio and I'm also listening for the first time with you guys. So it means I haven't been prepared either. So let's do it. Bismillah.
A hungry fish can kill prey with a quick bite.
It's too low and make a little higher. Yeah, better. Ready, everyone? Ready?
A hungry fish can kill prey with a quick bite. That is, of course, if its prey hasn't already died of fright. Take tasty dragonflies. The mere presence of predators, even caged ones, is enough to scare dragonflies to death, according to a study in the journal Ecology. Researchers collected wild dragonfly larvae and placed them in tanks with fish or insect predators. The larvae could see and smell their hunters, but were kept safe by underwater cages. After 2 months, the researchers took a head count and found that dragonfly larvae sharing quarters with their killers were 2 to 4 times as likely to die off, compared to counterparts living in predator-free waters. And they had slimmer chances of surviving metamorphosis, too. The authors suggest a couple reasons why. First, prey tend to make fewer forays for snacks when predators are lurking around, so they may not be as nutritionally fit. And previous studies have shown that the presence of predators ups stress levels in prey, weakening their immune systems and making them more vulnerable to disease and death. As if being eaten wasn't enough to worry about, looks can kill, too.
So as you saw that the audio was a little too quick and hardly understandable, yeah, but still we have to try because in the exam we will have no other chance. So in 10 seconds. And it's American, in fact, American. Yeah, let's start. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's start it anyway. I've got an interesting talk here, and the talk outlines many important things. The most conspicuous aspect of the talk is that this is about a dragonfly, and the speaker mentioned about hungry fish, how they can bite and eat other prey, and then the speaker mentions that they can smell the hunters, and this is how they can survive. And they also talked about some kind of metamorphosis, which actually plays a key role there. And last but not least, the speaker mentions that how they are not nutritionally fit, and this is how their stress level goes up, and the talk ends that way. Thank you very much. So I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 chunks, and I made sentences on those chunks. So what you do is, I just wrote metamorphosis. They talked about some kind of metamorphosis. So this is how you it was hardly understandable. In fact, I didn't understand it, but I made sure I performed it fluently. That is more important. So when you have hardly any content, what do? You perform like this. But that's not what I was supposed to do. Actually, I was supposed to do something else. I was supposed to do which normally you guys do. I mean, in the exam, you will have something to understand, not like this. I'm sure most of the audio are more than 1 minute long, and understand a little slow as well, not like this fast. Then you will. I don't want you to write the whole sentence anymore. I want you to write the chunks, 2 to 3 words. In yesterday's class, I explained this in detail. 2 to 3 words, and then we're going to make sentences based on them. Actually, I did similar here as well. So hungry fish bite. So they talked about how hungry fish can, how dragonflies can. I even forgot the topic now. Yeah. So how the hungry fish can bite. They talked about this. So we just make a sentence, and they said smell hunters. So how dragonflies can smell hunters. And they said nutritionally fit. So they said something was not nutritionally. They were not nutritionally fit. And they said up stress, meaning the stress level went up. So the stress level went up. If you just say, the speaker talked about stress, the speaker talked about metamorphosis, the speaker also mentioned about smell, you won't get marks. You have to make sense. Your audio, your lecture has to make sense. You need to connect those words. Okay, the chunks you're going to write, and then connect them and make them into a meaningful sense, something which makes sense. Suppose the talk is about sanitizer and safety. So if you say the talk mentioned about sanitizer, and they also talked about safety. Now, what you should do rather is that the talk mentioned that we have to keep fit by using sanitizer. We have to keep safe by using sanitizers. So the connection between sanitizer and health and safety has to be mentioned. Is it clear? But if you don't have much idea like this audio, at least you have to perform better. I mean, something kam chalane wala performance you need to perform. Otherwise, you're going to lose marks everywhere. So you don't have a second chance, unfortunately. If the audio is like this, you're going to struggle. But the audio is not going to be like this. I can guarantee that. It will be much better than that. Okay. I'm going to play the other audio, the summary. I'm sure it was not as fast, was it? Yeah, summary, light bulb. Was it fast? So let's do the other summary now and show you how to do that. I'm sure that will be a little easier.
Happy New Year and welcome to the Year of Light bulbs. Why, you ask? Well, it's not just because LEDs lit up the iconic New Year's ball drop here in New York City again. No, it's because this is the year that lighting will finally become more efficient. The old incandescent light bulb turns 90% of the electricity it uses into heat rather than light. And in 2012, it will be phased out in the US, or at least radically upgraded. Light bulbs will be required to meet new energy efficiency standards, so the old 100-watt light bulb will have to produce the same light using just 72 watts. Lighting is the original killer app of modern energy, and one that the world continues to embrace. By adopting lighting technologies that use less energy, the nations of the world will cut down on the fossil fuels, often coal, burned to produce that light. So whether it's new, long-lasting but expensive light-emitting diodes, the swirls of a compact fluorescent, or just more efficient incandescents, 2012 will be the year that lighting's environmental impact gets lighter.
I've got an interesting talk here, and the talk outlines many important things. The most conspicuous aspect of the talk is that the speaker mentioned about Happy New Year. Because of this 2012, they're going to use some new LED lights instead of those old incandescent lights. Then they talked about New York City, how the New York City will be lit by those lights. And the speaker also mentioned that these new LEDs will be efficient because they will be using less electricity, unlike those old lights which use 90% of the electricity. And the new LED will use only 72% of the electricity. And then comes another point, which is that these old lights will be fading out by the end of this year. And the speaker also mentions that this new technology will use less energy and will be really good for the environment. Last but not least, the speaker mentioned about fossil fuel, how these LED lights actually helping with the less fossil fuel using, and that's how the technology will help us. Thank you very much. I love you so much. You see, I wrote so much. I even talked for 50 seconds. I didn't notice. Is it bad or good? Rather, good. I talked more. And it was the same length, 1 minute audio. You see that? But it was understandable. And what I did was, I did the same here. This is what I was going to actually show you before. Let's say Happy New Year, HNY, Happy New Year. And these bulbs, Happy New Year for the bulbs, because of the from this year, they're not going to, I mean, of course, it's an old audio, I guess, old audio. LED, New York City, light efficient. These new lights are very efficient. Old lights, 90% use. And then they mentioned the new lights will use only 72%. The 100-watt light, 72%, or 72, whatever. Then the fading out, meaning old lights will fade out by the end of this year. And new technology, less energy. I mentioned that as well. तुम कैसे बोलोगे? This new technology uses less energy. Something meaningful. And I said fossil fuel. That actually they use less fossil fuel, which is good for the environment. LED, environment. See, finally, environment. Environment के ऊपर असर कम होगा. मैंने क्या लिखा? Down arrow. Environment will have less impact. Although I couldn't say it, time was already up. But if I had more time, I could have mentioned them as well. So you need to use some kind of shorthand, but at least 2 words, as I wrote here. 2 words which we can add and make a meaningful sentence. I have the same bottle.
How many seconds do you have to speak?
25 seconds. That's the minimum. Yeah. But I would say the more the better. If you have more content, why would you stop at 25 seconds? I always say if you have more content, keep going until the end. Because the more content means the more listings go. Yeah. I also want to add, help you with some more example sentences. My time is actually up. Nearly up, yeah. So, for example, let me help you with this, okay? Gita, go and push. Gita, talk to me about, tell me, I want you to connect these 2 words and then make a sentence, okay? Whiteboard marker, online class. Yeah, good, not bad. but you have to make it quicker. Even if it's not a perfect sentence, even if it's not a really well-meant sentence, still it has to make sense. Kaam chalane wala sentence hona chahiye. Because if you try to make it really good, and in this chakkar you lose fluency, you lose marks speaking, what's the point? होता है ना कि हम ऐसे करते हैं अक्सर देखना कि हम बहुत अच्छा कर अब से पढ़ूंगा 10 घंटा पढ़ूंगा आपसे है ना I want to study 10 hours every day. तुमने 10 hours पढ़ लिया आज बहुत जोश था कल जाके 0 परसों 3 दिन 4 दिन बाद जाके फिर से बैठने को दिल करता है. So 10 घंटा अचानक पढ़ना. In the same way, so don't try to make it an awesome sense. Oh, I want to make really something काम चलने वाला sense. जैसे कि whiteboard markers are really good for the teachers to write on the whiteboard, and this is how the online students will benefit. मैंने जल्दी बोला. I didn't want to make it perfect, but still it ended up being a perfect sentence. But of course it does matter. ग्रामर तुम लोग तो स्पीकिंग में ऑलरेडी अच्छे हो. ऑस्ट्रेलिया में आने के बाद who struggles in speaking? So do you really struggle to speak outside when you go out to buy something or pay for something?
Speak in fluent way or in clear way?
Yeah, both. Of course, you have to be clear. But remember that in the background there will be you have to keep in mind that machine is going on in the PT, so they're going to penalize me if I stop. So I have to keep talking. Even if I make some mistakes in grammar, I'm still all right. Because सबसे important क्या है? जैसे कि अल्लाह माफ करे एग्जांपल बहुत घटिया हो जाएगा. जैसे कि मैं अभी so I'll be short. मुझे कुछ बोलते रहना है बस. बोलते रहना है. That is more important. बोलते रहना. I have to keep talking. If I stop talking, I'm gonna be like dead. I need to keep talking. Keep talking means I still have some chance to live. PT ऐसा ही है. क्या करे इसके बारे में? IELTS ऐसा नहीं. IELTS is so good. Single means you shouldn't be anyone. You shouldn't have anyone around you.
As a married man, you can't talk a lot of
Yeah. I'm so sorry for you, but I understand your pain. On the same boat. Yeah, we're on the same boat. Yeah. तुम लोग तो खुश क्यों हो रहे हो? You know? Yeah. It's okay. You will also make someone's life terrible. Yeah. I think he just has a sense of humor. I'm sure he didn't mean that, So normally those who say like that, they are actually ulta. Trust me, they are more dominant. Oh, you're single, man. You're a liar. What's your name? Saj. I saw you last time. Yeah, I saw you once.
Last Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, I saw you once. Yeah. What's your name? I haven't asked your name.
Ranveer.
Ra-
Ranveer.
Ranveer, like Ranveer. Ranveer, yeah. And you're from Ranveer? Which part of India are you from? Which city?
Ludhiana.
Ludhiana. And Pavni, tum kahan se ho? Main bhul gaya. Patiala. Gita kahan se ho? Jalandhar. And Deepak? Patiala. Achhi baat hai.
I'm from Pakistan.
Yeah. Yeah, Bangladesh. Yeah. So, yes, everyone. Now, quickly, guys, question number 1. Fluorescent. Fluorescent ki spelling is FLOU, not U. Can you correct it quickly? Spelling. Now, will you have the similar spelling in the exam? Similar question like in the exam? Like this in the exam? Deepak, jaldi se baat kar.
No.
Of course not. In the exam, spellings won't be like this. But why am I putting spellings then? Batao? Why do we do spelling every day? Why? Because we want to help you with spelling. Because spelling is a very crucial thing in PTT. Exactly. Yeah. Like, did you see a spelling? Did you see a spelling there? Yeah. And wow, that's good. But normally, what do you see in spelling in people's score? What do you see in people's score report? Spelling normally is about 30, 20, 30, 40. You will hardly see 70, 80 plus, unless they are very good at spelling. So I would say spelling has a really important role in your. So that's why I add some spellings every other day. So fluorescent, and how do you spell it? FLOU or UO? OU. How about the next? Welfare. Singular, double L. Quick. Single L. Philippines. Spelling. Jaldi. Last one is wrong. So sorry. Answer is middle one. Kya baat hai, Sajid? Well done. This is something you ask any Desi. I guarantee that they won't be able to say it. Maybe 1 out of 100 will say correctly. PHILI, double PINES. Doubt ho raha hai? Koi baat nahi. Google it later. Okay. Withhold. Kya baat hai, Deepak? Well done, withhold. How about grateful? First one, Deepak, have you gone mad? You haven't gone mad yet. But this is second one. How there is no word called first one. There is no word like grateful, G-R-A-T-E, if you will. There is? Where did you see it? In India?
No, sir.
In my class?
Because grateful is it's like thankful.
Thankful. Abhari hona.
Thanks spelling.
Yeah.
Just say the same thing in the end of the word.
So what do you think? Which one's right spelling?
Grateful, it has a meaning. I understand that.
Yeah.
Confused now.
Not the
Yeah.
Sir, both are right.
Both are right?
But first one
तुम
is
पहले
100%
पहले तुम सही थे बाद में तुम देखो फंस गए. I knew it. अगर मैं थोड़ा सा और बात करूंगा, you will change your opinion, and you did. The second one is not an English word at all. There is no word in English language. Although grateful लगता है कि great and full ना, but the real word grateful is GRATEFUL. Although it doesn't make sense to you, I know, because what is great, what is full? It's a different word, grateful. Remember that grateful has nothing to do with grateful. So if I'm grateful to you, meaning I'm thankful to you. And the spelling is the first one. The second spelling is wrong, and it has no meaning because it's not an English word at all. Quickly बोल देते हैं collocations जल्दी. Background, knowledge. क्या बात है दीपक? Well done. Central, आप बताओ. Central theme. Central theme. Second, central core. You know core? Central core. Core means heart. Central core. Central.
We just what are you gonna do? Like just make that call, or
No, like you need to. You know what I did? I gave you some clue. So you think about the word now. You know. So now you have to think the background KNO. So background knowledge. In the same way, central THE. So क्या word होगा? Theme. Central core. Central authority. So these are colloquial. Colloquial means these words, come along with each other. English speakers, English writers, and if you learn more and more collocation, you're going to do well in blanks, inshallah. Common error. Well done. Common error. Common dusra goal. Third, common source. Fourth one, common theme. क्या बात है? Well done. Common theme. ये common thinking reach आएगा ना heroine? क्या बोल रहे हो? Common theme. Yeah. Common comparative analysis. Comparative दूसरा easy. Study. Comparative study. Third one, comparative argument. Easy. Fourth one, comparative. क्या बात है? Research. Well done. Comparative research. Comparative research. Critical point. Critical perspective. Critical perspective. Third one, critical role. Critical role मतलब भूमिका है ना? Critical role. Fourth one, critical theory. Critical theory. Now आज time खत्म हो गया, हम 3 और 4 नहीं कर पाएंगे. Can you go home and then practice them, guys? Grammar and vocabulary. Inshallah, I'll do them in the next session. Online students, thank you very much. Allah Hafiz. I'll see you tomorrow. Mandeep, can you disconnect the class and then tell them to come inside?
I'm not able to cancel it from that. Showing you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.